Well, hi, friends. We are in Dover, Delaware. We spent the night here last night and looked around Dover yesterday some, and I want to show you those pictures, show you what we saw. Dover's a pretty town. Looks like a lot of lawyers here, and you'll see their offices, but they're in gorgeous old buildings, historic buildings. We're going to look at the historic district, and that's a lot of what we do. When we go into a town, you can see everybody else's houses somewhere else, but we're looking at the historic houses, and we're looking at the beautiful things that we want you to see. And we see Jenny's wiggling all around. She's tired. She said she's ready to stop traveling for a while, and we are. By the time you watch this, there's Jenny. By the time you watch this, Thanksgiving is over, Christmas is over. Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. Hope you had a nice Christmas, and any other holidays that you celebrate, I hope that you had nice ones. And by the time you watch this, we're already on the road again. We are headed to Mexico, to Baja California Sur, and we can't wait to show you those. In fact, we're going to be showing you a lot of videos on the way there. From Virginia all the way over to Oklahoma. I'm going to visit an old college buddy of mine there. And from there, right on across into the Southwest and Arizona, New Mexico, and California, and then down to Baja California Sur. We're going to take about a month doing that, getting there. And we'll land in Ensenada, not on a plane, but we'll land there, the Subaru. And a lot to see on the way there. And can't wait to take you on that journey as well. And look, we appreciate you joining us on the journey. A lot of folks comment that they're not able to travel, wish they had when they were younger, and they enjoy going on the journey with us this way. Some people that watch our channel say, hey, we're getting ready to travel to that same area, or we're interested in that area, and we would like to see what there is to see before we go there. And so they take ours as recommendations. Thank you either way for joining us on the journey at Gene and Renee Travel Adventures. Jenny should have her name in there too. She's kind of the most active, I guess, today anyway. Let's take a look around Dover. Hey, hold the presses. I forgot to say thank you to our sponsor of this episode, Margaret at Woodbrook Cottage. We stayed in her Airbnb last night, and I mean to tell you, this is probably one of the best decorated, best done Airbnbs I've ever been in. And it's in Dover, Delaware, and we will give you a tour of her place in just a few minutes. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, Margaret at Woodbrook Cottage, for sponsoring this episode.
Startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
had the Woodbrook Cottage sponsored this episode of Gene and Renee Travel Adventures. Let me tell you a little bit about her cottage. First of all, 3 bedrooms, 3 gorgeous bedrooms, and a sofa couch in the front and the back living room. The back living room area has a small kitchen to it. That's in addition to the kitchen that you already have in the house. There's a grill, there's a fire pit, there's an outdoor gathering area, there's a large family room. It's a beautiful cottage. I mean, the decor all throughout allows plenty of natural light to come in. There's an electric fireplace that can be used with heat or without heat. Each of the bedrooms has a smart TV with Netflix and Hulu, writing desk and chairs. The backyard is fenced in. You could not ask for a better place to stay in Dover, Delaware than this. In fact, if you're checking out Dover, Delaware, you definitely need to stay at Margaret's Woodbrook Cottage. Thank you so much, Margaret, for sponsoring this episode. I'll put a link to her cottage in the comment and in the description section. Check it out. Dover, Delaware has numerous monuments. This one dedicated to EMS workers who died in the line of duty. There are plenty of reminders that Delaware was the first to adopt the Constitution of the United States. There is a monument to those in Delaware who helped to bring about the passage of the Women's Suffrage Amendment to the Constitution in 1920, and to those women who protected and defended not only Delaware, but our nation in the military and supporting services and occupations. This bell is from the USS Delaware, which was the first of the dreadnoughts of the United States Navy. The USS Delaware was laid down on November 11, 1907 at Newport News Shipbuilding and Dry Dock Company and was the first battleship to have forced lubrication system for engines. The ship was commissioned in 1910 and decommissioned in 1923. The bell weighs 888 pounds. This monument is to the ratification of the Constitution and lists the states and the dates that they ratified it. We stopped at this little coffee shop and they served delicious coffee, and they did so with wonderful hospitality. This is the Cannon House. Annie Jump Cannon lived from 1863 to 1941 and was a prominent astronomer who pioneered stellar classification, observed her first stars from the roof of this house. Cannon, who is legally deaf, graduated valedictorian from Wilmington Conference Academy, now Wesley College, in 1880. She continued her studies at Wesley College and Radcliffe Women's College at Harvard. While working at the Harvard Observatory, Cannon developed a star spectra system classifying over 300,000 stars based on color and temperature. She was the first woman to receive an honorary doctorate from Oxford University, and her long career paved the way for women in science. From Dover, Delaware, we are headed back to Hampton Roads, Virginia, and we'll do so by crossing the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. It's a 17.5-mile bridge tunnel system that crosses the Chesapeake Bay at its mouth. Back in the 1930s and before, they used ferries. The Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel opened in 1964. Currently, it's seeing some more construction as they're laying a parallel Chesapeake Channel tunnel at the northern end so that the entire way will be 4-lane from shore to shore. This new construction is not scheduled to be completed until 2040. If you're going from Delaware or Ocean City, Maryland towards Virginia Beach or the Outer Banks of North Carolina, using the bridge tunnel cuts about 90 miles off of your trip. So worth spending a little extra money if you want to save some time. Thank you again, Margaret at the Woodbrook Cottage, for sponsoring this episode of Gene and Renee Travel Adventures. All right, that's a look at Dover, Delaware. We're on now back to Virginia. Our next episode will be in Williamsburg at Christmas time. Can't wait to show that to you. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for joining us on the journey.